I'm immensely grateful for your presence here, sharing this moment of spiritual reflection with me. I trust that you're all wrapped in wellness and grace. I carry in my heart a message, a divine revelation that was bestowed upon me that I believe could shed light on your path. In the maze of our lives, it's easy to feel lost, to feel as if our footing is unsure. To those of you wrestling with that sensation, bear witness to this message. God, in His infinite wisdom, has whispered to me that He is on the cusp of changing the game. Game-changing, a phrase tossed around casually in conversation, but what does it truly mean? It signifies something transformative, a shift so dramatic that it changes the very fabric of how things are done. It is the pivot point that determines the course of action. This profound change is the beacon that God is setting for you. In life, each one of us has a role, an assignment that is uniquely ours. And within this vast interplay, many of you are amidst a transition. You're tasked with an assignment that feels bigger than you, and the fear of the unknown has perhaps rendered you feeling stuck. But in this exact moment of confusion and doubt, that's where God is about to intercede. He's reshaping the course of your calling, redirecting your divine assignment. Every assignment we receive, every challenge we overcome, is a stepping stone toward the grand design, our destiny. Each experience, each lesson is part of the larger plan God has charted out for us. And while you might not see the entire path at this moment, Jeremiah 29:11 assures us that God's plans are not to harm us, but to prosper us, to offer hope and a future. Feel His benevolent presence whispering, "I am changing the game." I sense the Spirit of the Lord indicating that a transition is underway. Some of you will be ushered into new domains, unfamiliar territories. These uncharted waters might seem daunting, but remember, this is where growth occurs. The area of influence God has entrusted you with, your current assignment, it's about to undergo an unprecedented transformation. You might feel adrift in uncertainty, but that's because God is carefully curating an extraordinary path that deviates from the norm, far removed from the expected. God is about to shatter your expectations, opening your mind to possibilities you hadn't imagined. You're standing on the precipice of something extraordinary. You just can't see the landscape yet. In the grand finale, the culmination of your journey, you won't witness the end of days. Instead, you'll be embodying the full potential God has envisioned for you. A divine revelation is on the horizon, about to illuminate the path leading to your ultimate destiny. So what's the key to this treasure chest of wisdom? It is time for you to immerse deeper in your faith, to seek God's face in earnest, to press in, consecrate yourself to the divine mission He's laid out for you. It is time for you to unravel the secrets, the obscured truths of your destiny. Engage in this spiritual pilgrimage, seeking God's guidance, His wisdom to navigate your journey. Remember, this is more than a moment of reflection. This is an invitation to align with the divine will, to unlock your potential, and to embrace the game-changing transformation God has planned for you. Take this message to heart. Let it guide you through the uncharted waters, and when you feel lost, remember, God is shaping your path, leading you towards your ultimate destiny. In the ebb and flow of your life, when the rhythm has slackened, when it seems you've been gently sidelined, perceive that this pause is a divine offering. It is an intentional lull, God's invitation for you to seek Him with fervor, to understand the hidden code that guides your future, to grasp His big plan, the main reason for your existence and your place in His universe. Revel in this thanksgiving, for God is in motion, stirring the waters of your life. Your past, your present, the very air that you breathe, all woven seamlessly into His divine plan. Your ardent search for His guidance, your unwavering devotion to His kingdom, your quest for His righteousness, all your deeds are seen, acknowledged, and appreciated. While you've been treading this spiritual path, every other worldly desire and aspiration has been met and even surpassed in God's divine reckoning. Listen closely for His message. God is set to redefine your existence. a metamorphosis that aligns with Ephesians 3:20, his plan to bless you in ways that transcend the limits of your imagination, your wishes, your thoughts. He is calling upon you, setting the stage for your crossover through this celestial door, for the divine portal to open over you, showering you with divine wisdom, the discernment you need to navigate the path ahead. This forthcoming chapter is not simply another phase of life, it is the advent of your destiny, the cryptic journey that you are being prepared for, a journey into the core of your divine purpose. If this resonates within you, if you know this is your calling, let the world know. Proclaim it, declare that you are on the precipice of a leap into destiny. Do not misinterpret this period of seeming stagnation, of apparent silence, as a signal to capitulate. This is not a directive to abandon your path. Your task is to continue the diligent work you've been undertaking, even when it appears that God's favor has been momentarily withdrawn, even when the pace seems to have slowed. Remember, this is merely Him fine-tuning the intricate machinery of your life. In the midst of life's hustle and bustle, there arises a divine call, an urge to decelerate, to recenter, to prime ourselves for a coming transformation. And this is no random nudge. It's a deeply understanding beckon from God. As our Creator, He knows our deepest cravings for engagement, our incessant need to be occupied, our burning desire to be fascinated. He is not a taskmaster who will push you into a role that clashes with your essence or thrust you into a pursuit void of your heart's yearning. No, God is a maestro orchestrating a symphony of individual destinies, aligning each note, each beat, to the rhythm of our hearts. This, my friends, is our divine assurance. But alas, many are entangled in the latticework of preconceived paths and societal expectations, unable to perceive the unique outline of their own destiny. Just like in the vast ocean, there are many fishes swimming in the same direction, but not every fish is destined for the same shore. They gaze upon their peers, upon those who tread the same waters, and feel misaligned, misplaced, lost within their own journey. God understands this confusion, this disorientation, and it's for these lost souls that His voice resounds today, proclaiming a profound revelation. He declared, "From the belly of the whale, you shall emerge." This phrase carries the weight of an age-old tale. As Jonah had once fled from his purpose, many of you too have hidden, have run away. Yet in this moment, God is on the brink of guiding you out from this self-imposed exile, this whale's belly you've been inhabiting. Imagine a whale surfacing, breaching the ocean's surface, its body drenched in sunlight as it expels a plume of water from its blowhole. This spectacle of nature bears a spiritual mirror to your own journey. The Lord's voice whispered, "A spiritual rupture, a sudden potent burst that signifies your emergence, your arrival, your readiness for the divine purpose God has designed just for you. Just as the whale ruptures the water's surface, you too shall shatter your old constraints, suddenly transitioning into the luminous new role God has laid out before you." The term spiritual rupture carries a powerful connotation. It signifies an abrupt, robust transition. This is what you're on the brink of experiencing, a sudden emergence into the fresh, God-ordained path designed just for you. A path where some of you will stand tall as pioneers and trailblazers, leading a march into a divine era. God has been whispering into your spirit, saturating it with knowledge, wisdom, and His word, preparing you for this moment of sudden eruption. It's time to heed the whisper. It's time to rise and answer the call. This vision flowed into me, carrying God's promise of His omnipotent light setting off a spiritual reaction among His devoted followers. Listen carefully. It is time for us to rise. God's objective is firm and transparent. He is making a distinction between the substantial and the trivial, much like segregating the wheat from the chaff. He is still in the process of judging, cultivating, and even pulling out by the roots. He is purging and renewing. God's contentment cannot be sought in our current condition. We need to halt and plead for His mercy, praying that His judgment may be delayed, yet it undoubtedly looms on the horizon. God's justice will become apparent, and it is our holy responsibility to align ourselves with His divine intent and obey His transformational call. Take this moment, this divine pause, as a cue to reevaluate and readjust ourselves, and to brace for the impending spiritual break. Understand that God's call isn't an invitation to simply mimic others, but to make a distinctive contribution that only you can provide, one that deeply resonates with the desires and talents He has embedded within you. We must mimic the whale that surfaces to breathe, rising from our depths, casting away our inhibitions, and embracing the rejuvenating breath of our purpose. Our spiritual upheaval is imminent, a moment of transition where we rise from our fears and doubts into a divine space. Accept the radiance God offers. Let His glory resonate within you, setting off a spiritual reaction that will echo across His kingdom. We must acknowledge this. Take it as a wake-up call to adjust our spiritual and worldly lives according to His divine commands. We must urgently pray for His mercy and grace, aware that His divine justice is forthcoming. As we navigate these extraordinary times, remember, a spiritual break is on the horizon, a divine transformation awaits, and your unique destiny is calling. Prepare to burst from your limitations, to radiate His glory, and to rise as leaders and pioneers in the new mission God is calling you to. Be ready, for your divine moment is near. The Lord summons us, urging us to join Him in His dwelling. This invitation is so powerful that it reminds us of the days of Noah. God is steering us away from the trappings of this earthly existence. We live in this world, but are not enslaved by it. This message, my friends, is proclaimed in Jesus' name. I hope the resonance of this message instills in you a spiritual urgency to consecrate yourself, to transcend the ordinary, and align with the divine. This sanctification prepares you to receive God's guidance, to soak in the divine wisdom that lights the path to your destiny, to your divinely ordained mission. I want to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude for the incredible generosity shown through your recent Super Chat donations. A special thanks to Tammy Collins, Thomas O'Donnell, Designer 6, Stella Chandler, and John Ellis. Your support has been extraordinary and is incredibly motivating. It genuinely helps me to continue producing the content you all enjoy. I regret that I can't personally acknowledge each one of you, but please know that every donation, every comment, and every bit of engagement contributes to the channel's growth and success. Thank you all so much for your ongoing support. It means the world to me. Like the video and type Amen if you trust in the Lord. Click the link in the description to discover a limited-time special offer on a life-altering technique designed to help you manifest God's blessings.